slapped my phone out of my hand. Can you get her supervisor here, sir? She refuses to identify. Good.
Is your body cam rolling? Is your body cam on? Is your body cam rolling the whole time?
I just turned it on.
You just turned it on?
I need to file a complaint on the ranch.
Hey, we need to do an on-site complaint.
I got it all on film. She slapped my phone out of my hand. She refused to identify and she slapped my phone out of my hand. She assaulted me.
Oh, now they're gonna
I got 5 witnesses here.
They're going to conspire.
How dare you, Loran? What's wrong with you? Is she on drugs, sir? Have you been with her all night?
No, sir. I just pulled up a couple of minutes.
Where were you before you were here? Did y'all come from the bar?
No, sir.
She must have.
This is a known drug area. Have y'all been doing drugs?
No, sir.
What's the name of that?
Do you mind if you take a look around yourself? You're not gonna.
Why'd you roll your window up?
You're not getting in the car.
We're not what?
Not getting in the car.
We're not attempting to get in the car. Why are you
Just one second.
We asked. We're allowed to ask.
What's the problem?
We're allowed to ask, aren't we?
We just gotta call. We're just doing our job.
We got to call them.
We're just doing our job. Just doing our job.
And then
sir.
she comes out and smacks this guy's hand, phone out of his hand.
If you guys just cooperate.
on that dash cam on part 208, 708.
Look, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. We can do this one or two ways. We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Are you going to, hey, we need
Sir,
to do
please keep your hands where I can see them.
we need to do an on-site complaint for the batter.
Please keep your hands where I can see them. This woman just assaulted me. Remember?
Tom,
I want to file a complaint on her. She assaulted me. I have it on film. She slapped my phone out of my hand. I'm a photographer. I fall under the First Amendment, freedom of the press. You just violated my First Amendment right and you assaulted me. What's wrong with you?
yeah, we know exactly what they were.
Filing a complaint on you, Loran. You should just stay in your car. How dare you put your hands like that?
She slapped it out of his hand. What, Thomas, what's your name?
Good. Michael Thomas, 11029.
Are you her watching me?
Yes.
Last time she was drunk tested.
Why would she batter this kid over being on public sidewalk?
Your complaint is going to be forwarded. Did you write? You want something to write it
I'm
down?
going to do an on-site complaint. Yeah. I mean, she literally popped out of her vehicle and slapped the gentleman's phone out of his hand and landed on the floor. You know this is up to $1,500 of equipment, right?
I can't
What's
see
your
it.
reasoning for doing this? Did I break the law? Why did you get out of your car and slap my phone out of my hand? What is wrong with you?
That's a good way to create the disdain. Continue the disdain here in Uvalde. That's a good job, lady.
Yeah. We're just trying to absolutely, but we're just trying to interact with our public officials and I get assaulted. You guys should be ashamed of yourself.
How do we move this forward?
Well, we're just going to do an on-site complaint.
I don't carry the business. She may not like the First Amendment, but she doesn't have the right to slap my phone out of my hands. You don't like it, move to China, Loran. We're going to get you there.
That's unsatisfactory. Like, look, you guys are here to do a job, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, it's not to create more disdain between the public here and the community, right?
All I wanted to tell her is that she's a
I
hero,
don't think y'all gonna
sitting
go
in her car all day
what y'all
today
doing, huh?
and keeping us pesky citizens off this crime scene and not doing nothing. And she slapped my phone out of me.
Not only did she batter him, but she violated this First Amendment right. And if she told you something over there, that's conspiracy. That's 18 U.S.C. Title 18, 242, Section 41. 41 is conspiracy, 42 is deprivation of rights. It's also a violation of Texas Penal Code 39.03.
And then she wanted me to ID. Then she tried to violate my Fourth Amendment. She wanted me to ID.
You guys aren't like freedom?
You're not getting my ID, Loran. Forget about it.
Talk to me. Do you not like freedom?
She's trying to tell me I need to give her my ID.
Do you guys
Hey,
not like people that run
for your
around
audience,
and are
in the state of Texas, you do not have to give your ID unless you've been arrested for a crime. This lady asked me for my ID just because I asked her a question.
Well, they're trying to do that.
Yeah. You do not have to give ID in the state of Texas unless you've been arrested for a crime. That's Texas Penal Code 38.02. And she demanded I give my ID and then slapped my phone out of my hand.
Foulmouth Veteran, FOULMOUTH Veteran on YouTube. Foulmouth Veteran.
So y'all have some backup views as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You should be ashamed of yourself. All of you.
And this is the
I bet
exact
you
stuff
don't
that we're
even know
talking
the
about.
Absolutely.
She slapped her hands.
Oh,
It's
I
like-
have a lot of friends as auditors. We came at the perfect time with y'all.
This
so
is
trust me.
ridiculous. You
We
like
already
she's
know.
she
Absolutely.
is your phone shattered?
The first law, man. Come on.
Did she shatter your screen?
No.
Let me see your screen.
I do have a crack.
Holy smoke! Hey, Thomas, hold on.
Yeah, she cracked it.
So
See it?
assault and damage your property.
Yeah, she slapped my phone out of my hand.
Look at that, y'all.
See, look. See the cracks?
Yep.
Yeah.
Look, you want to do an
You might need
investigation,
medical
Thomas?
attention.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Where do you
gentleman's
hurt?
screen.
Yeah,
No,
my wrist
seriously,
hurts.
dude.
That's right.
Look at
Yeah.
this gentleman's screen, dude. Can I explain
And one of the
Look at his
provisions
screen.
of violence in Texas, one of the questions they ask you if you've been a victim of a crime is, are you in pain? Are you in physical pain?
You can either do it for email or call that number. That's in Austin. That's our main headquarters.
I thought the supervisor was on their way.
Good. I live close to Austin. What are we going to do about this gentleman's screen?
Yeah.
Look at this, dude.
Look at that. Look at all the cracks on it.
It's smacked here, clear on the floor.
We're going to look into it.
Look into it. This man needs to get paid.
I'll file a lawsuit.
Our pocket, we'll look into it.
That is absurd, dude.
Look, if you guys can tell me what the First Amendment is,
I want to know what the first 5 elements of the First
we'll
Amendment are.
squash this. We'll squash this thing right here. if
How
you
about the
guys can tell
third?
me
Don't
what
make it
the First
easy.
Amendment is.
Ask them
Oh
for the
yeah.
third.
What is the 10th?
Do you agree with the 19th?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
When was the Bill
They
of Rights
can't do it.
ratified?
Trust me, they can't do it.
Well, of
It's
course.
the only reason I mentioned it. There's 5 elements of the First Amendment. They can never come up with it.
Dude, look at what that lady
They
did to
couldn't
this
even get
phone. Did she go
uniforms
over
that
there and lie
aren't
to you and say
fitting
she
like
didn't
this.
smack the phone out of her?
So, sir, what I had witnessed from across the street was I just heard the smack.
Yeah,
and
you
then
heard it.
I saw
No,
the
that's
phone
what
go
made us
down.
come back.
That's
Yeah.
what made us come back. So,
She slapped my phone out of my hand.
can you describe for us what happened to you?
That is absurd.
I was
She
over
just
there just
broke that
asking her
gentleman's
questions,
phone.
and she didn't like my
Because she didn't
questions,
like
which
exercising
that's the
her
First
God-given
Amendment.
right.
You don't have to like it. It's still the First Amendment. I'm practicing the freedom of the press by recording her, which falls under the First Amendment. And
Well,
I'm
that's what
asking
we're
her
here
questions.
for too. So
Yeah.
we know.
She didn't like the line of questioning. She didn't like the camera. She stepped out of the car. She demanded my ID, and
I mean,
she
she's
slapped,
wearing the camera.
and then she slapped my phone out of my hand.
Dude, she shattered your screen.
I know,
dude.
Yeah.
So I can attest, because like I said, we were just over there
This
trying to
lady
get
is
the front of
mentally
the sign.
unstable.
You guys were right here in front of the cruisers the whole time.
Dude, I tell you what, if it was my
You weren't trying
phone,
to
Michael
penetrate
L.
the
White would
fencing.
be on the phone
There
with her
was-
leadership
Officer
right
said
away.
nothing.
There was no
I
verbal
guarantee
altercation.
you
Like
that
I didn't
the-
hear. We were
What?
just there.
What got our
We didn't
attention
hear.
was the commotion and the sounds.
I was
Yeah.
just asking
I'd
her
be going to the
questions.
first federal courthouse.
She got out of the
and
car
file
and
a complaint.
steadily backing up and she smacked the phone out of me.
I would
We didn't
pay
hear
the
you
court
raise
You
your
should have
voice.
asked for her
Nothing.
ID since the crime
I
was
did.
committed against you.
I did ask for her
And
ID.
she still failed to identify herself.
Look,
Give
I'm
me her
Harvey
name,
Freebird on
I need
YouTube.
her name
This
and
video will be posted on YouTube.
Please,
if you
are
guys
you
wanna-
streaming now still?
No, I'm not streaming.
Okay.
I'm static recording,
That's beyond
Got it.
absurd.
but I will post this on my YouTube
Absolutely,
channel.
please do.
Harvey Freebird.
Well, y'all have, like I said, two alternate views.
Yeah. Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, mine's on the ground with Tara.
On the ground with Tara.
Awesome.
Mine is Angel Baby is awake.
Cool. Angel Baby is awake. On the ground with Tara.
While you're at it, please check out Gematria Effect Sports and Gematria Effect News number 22, 23, 24, and 25.
Hell
My
yeah.
good friend Zach gets deleted on a very regular basis. He's highly censored.
Cool, man.
And if you go there, you'll learn the truth about what happened here at Robb Elementary here in
Yes.
Uvalde, Texas.
Yeah. That's why they're here. They don't want anybody to see
That's
what
right.
happened.
That's right. Absolutely.
Turn my light down so I can get you guys' channels. I don't want to blind you. What was your guys' channels? I'm
So
sorry.
can you put down those
Here, here,
elements? So bright. Mine is Angel Baby is awake.
Angel Baby is awake.
Again, please check out Gematria Effect Sports as well as Gematria Effect News, number 22, 23, 24, and 25. Check out Zachary Hubbard there. Like I said, you'll get a lot of pertinent information as to what really happened here at Robb Elementary.
Perfect. And you?
Hi guys, my name is Tara PoAm, and you will find me on YouTube on the ground with Tara.
On the ground with Tara. Awesome. Awesome. We appreciate you guys standing up for freedom.
I'll give you my email
No,
address.
this timing wasn't an accident.
This was like it was supposed to
It's funny because we're on our way to the border and we just have to make a pit stop here.
under the Fourth
She was here on the ground the same day. I was here a couple days after. This is one of our follow-up visits to see if this was unblocked.
There you go, guys. If you guys want to file a complaint, that's her name and badge number. That's her name and badge number, and that's the number to her location. That's the one that just battered Harvey Freebird and broke his phone.
Well, I'll be calling to make a complaint too. And where's the supervisor that's supposed to be on the way?
This
They
is
said
it.
on the way
This
10,
is
what,
it.
10,
This is
15
it right
minutes?
here. Thomas is it. He's the leadership here.
That's it?
You're the supervisor
Like,
that's
no
supposed to be here.
disrespect, Thomas.
You were the leadership that she radioed in.
Okay, HARSLUV.
That's beyond absurd, dude.
You know, officer, actually me and this young lady, we actually travel the country for events like this, and we've asked officers everywhere. I was at the Buffalo shooting, as was this young lady. We always ask the officers because we seem to get the same treatment. What's up with the on-site disdain for regular citizens?
You don't want to answer that.
I'm just curious, and I'm asking you as a woman. Like, these gentlemen got it, but even me as a woman, as soon as like, hey, how are you doing? What's your name? What's your badge number? What happened here? Instant disdain. It's always just nasty attitude, like we did something wrong.
I don't feel that way.
I mean, we pay your salaries, yes?
Well, I don't feel that way, and I don't feel like
How
I've
so?
shown you any disdain,
But but he got assaulted. That is disdain.
and we're working that out.
Right.
We have his email. We're going to work that out.
I just want to know, like, do y'all train your officers this way? Is this protocol? Is this protocol to smack citizens' phones out of their hands and assault them? Okay. I mean, I would hope not. Like, you know, the first time I came here to Uvalde, I was an unattended woman, so I want to know if I'm safe here. Because y'all are supposed to protect and serve, right? I want to make sure I'm safe here. And here I am after dark at night. What if I'm next? Because I was literally leaving to go back to my car when these gentlemen rolled up. Thank God they're here. I feel safer with men here.
The amount of failure with law enforcement is ridiculous here. Nowadays, this is what we can expect.
This is exactly what you can
it-
expect. Again, these young ladies, this same
Hey,
officer
be
could have
careful.
walked up
Be
and
careful,
slapped
because
one
these
of
guys
them.
will send guys to follow you.
What
No,
we're doing right
it's
now
true.
also falls under
I was
the First
assaulted
Amendment.
with
It's
by
called
30 people
protesting and
chasing after
redressing
me
the
in New
government.
York in front of the NYPD.
Wow.
And they allowed me to be assaulted by 3 men right in front of them. And I tried to hide behind the police officers, and they just literally scooted away from me. And this happened to me. If you look me up, Tara Shapansky on Google, the story will come up of how I was assaulted by BLM and Antifa right in front of NYPD.
Wow.
I'm gonna look you up. I'll look you up. I can't wait.
Dude, I
It'd be my
can't
pleasure.
believe you allowed her to do that,
Are you
dude.
from Uvalde?
No, I'm not. I'm based in Orlando, but I travel around the whole U.S.
So you
And
live
I
in
was,
New Jersey?
I was here the day.
New York City. I'm from
Why? Y'all
Buffalo.
been following her?
Yeah.
And literally,
Y'all
the day
literally been
we were,
following
the
us
last
all
day we
day.
were in Buffalo is when the headlines dropped for Uvalde, and we traveled out here.
I
So this
landed
is our
in San
follow-up.
Antonio the
This
day
is
of the
not our
shooting,
first time in
and then
Uvalde.
came immediately to the school.
I live in
And
Fort Worth, so we came down here.
so this is our follow-up now because we're on our way over to Eagle Pass to document the southern border crisis. And I was in Yuma yesterday,
Y'all are,
What was your email address again?
on the ground with Tara.
I'm
That's my
gonna email
YouTube.
you. I'm gonna email you.
My contact information is all listed on my
description?
YouTube in the description. Yes.
Definitely gonna email you.
Like I just met these guys.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
I
meet you
know
too.
foul mouth.
Same.
You guys are refreshing.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice to see you.
exactly
Young
like
lady.
you were saying.
well, please, I want to invite you to an event for your audience as well. Please
But
check
as
out
far as her,
RPA Trey
that is
Vietnam.
unsatisfactory. 100%, and there's no reason and no excuse for that type of behavior. 100%. There's no reason for smacking that gentleman's phone. Did you see what she did to his screen?
He showed me the screen.
That's absurd. Had we done that to one of you guys, we'd be in handcuffs. We'd be probably a knee in our back or on our neck. All of y'all would have dogpiled us.
I would love to.
But she can do it and get away. You know, a police officer is the only profession in the United States where y'all can act like children and get away with it. The time is over, and the people are waking up.
We just stopped here. This is kind of this is on that.
No.
No coincidence. I'm not a coincidence theorist.
Yeah, everything.
Absolutely.
She needs to go. She needs to turn in that badge because she's going to cost somebody their life one day. It's absurd.
This is why we come out to have you. You got an officer who has such a fragile ego.
I can't
She
speak
doesn't like banter, and she's going to engage in physical assault, knowing
That's what she gets to do, trying to prove
that
it.
if he had slapped her back,
She gets a
she
little
would have
slap in the nose on the
physically
hand, and then
assaulted
she gets to go
him,
behave.
probably went to lethal force, and said there was a disparity in size and shot this man after she assaulted him.
Oh, they'd have
And
murdered
this is
me.
exactly,
If I'd have defended myself, I'd have been dead.
exactly why
This footage is out and everybody sees how
want
poorly they failed. Even
accountability.
after the press releases, they lied their asses off. They lied their asses off to cover their asses. And now everybody sees that they're full of shit.
Absolutely.
Now they're backpedaling.
Well, that's what got our attention was the slap, and then
Yeah,
him
I've heard
say
it.
you assaulted me.
Yeah.
So that's why our cameras
You
were
see-
off.
you see
we
his-
literally just ended our live, getting some footage here, and that's why we came back.
You see it, his phone smacks face down on the
Absolutely.
concrete.
No, we got
Yeah, look at the
a
crack.
close up of it.
We
It
already
just
know.
shattered. Yeah, absolutely.
That was not like that earlier.
Mr. Freeberg, can I get a picture of
Yes.
the camera?
Unattended woman. That's when this other cruiser drove up.
See
You know,
that? That camera has been damaged.
so this just lets you
and it
guys
was
know
caused
It's funny because
that
we were
this
just
place is protected for a reason. It's going to cease to exist very soon,
Yeah.
but they got to heavily guard it up until then. Why?
because they don't want no one to know the truth.
Exactly. Exactly.
her department will blow
And
it off,
DPS
and they will
is the
wrap
one
it
running the
up.
investigation.
Oh, how convenient.
Yeah.
How convenient.
It is what it is.
All right, that's why we
I heard the Uvalde police weren't cooperating with DPS.
No, they're not. And Pete and old Pete, CISD chief, let me tell you something. The fact that he wasn't helping with the investigation or refusing to comply, if that would have been any one of us, obstruction of justice right away. Would have been arrested for obstruction of justice.
Can you
And he
imagine
needs to be arrested
smacking
for
his
it.
body cam
Oh
on
my
his
God.
shirt?
Are you kidding me? I'd be tased and I'd be beat
No,
to death.
yeah, the Robb Elementary body cam will be higher.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah, exactly.
Or smacking his phone out of his hands. Can
Oh,
you
yeah.
imagine?
I'd be dead.
Absolutely.
I'd be dead. That's that blue line
But
tyrant
rules
shit.
for thee, not for me. That's how it goes.
I guarantee you, if you were drowning or one of his blue line buddies are drowning, he'd go save his buddy before you.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, because
I don't know
Castle
about
Rock
that.
versus
Most rats
Gonzalez,
can swim
Supreme
pretty
Court
well.
ruled these cops have no obligation of public safety. That's why they all sat outside when this happened. They have no obligation to keep us safe. It's Castle Rock versus Gonzalez. The Supreme Court has ruled on that.
Did I see this correctly? That the supervisor Thomas is not even wearing a body cam?
Right. And then this other police officer said he turned on his body cam when he stepped outside of the vehicle, so it wasn't on.
It's not only the people, but the leadership in this town, the mayor, the city manager, or
I could have sworn it's their policy for all officers to have body cams on them and on at all times.
Yeah. He turned his on. I did see that. I don't know about that tyrant that got out and slapped my phone.
I didn't see a body camera on
She's
her.
in the cruiser scrubbing it as we speak.
Yeah, right.
It was conveniently
No,
off.
I mean two or more
If-
having a
if you
private
notice
conversation.
Over here,
I call it
don't know if you-
conspiracy.
I don't know if your camera's going to pick this up. If you
Shout out
notice
to all the
now,
conspiracy
her
theorists.
dash camera, I brought this up on my video earlier, was not running, but now you see the red recording light.
I understand that, but
But breaking it could happen
that's
tonight.
ridiculous. There better be a write-up on her T-code jacket. There better be a write-up
What do
on
you
her
mean
T-code
why?
jacket.
She assaulted him and damaged his property. Why not? Well, why don't you have a body cam on too? I'm just curious.
I can't wait.
I don't have a body cam.
Can't wait.
Isn't that your policy?
It's with somebody else.
Is Texas in compliance with CALEA?
Theirs is broken, so he's borrowing mine.
Are you guys in
That
partnership
would be
with CALEA?
unfortunate if you had smacked it out because then you would have no view on your body, correct?
Of course not. He'd get away with it.
So why are y'all still allowed to be out and on duty if you don't have your body cam on you per your policy?
It's part of the process. I'm getting one.
But shouldn't you be off duty until you get one? Would you go out on the street without your gun until you got one?
You're making a good point. I'm going to get a body cam.
Right. Because that protects not only us as citizens, well, actually, it doesn't even protect us.
No,
Our
it
own
doesn't,
protects us. That
because you'll
protects
never
you.
see their body camera.
And that's what really matters.
And let
In
me
the
tell
state
you.
of Texas,
Let me
there are
tell you.
130
Not complete with all of
130
their
exceptions
uniform
to why they can
equipment per
keep
their policy.
body camera footage from you,
wouldn't come
and they
out
all
without
contradict
his-
each other.
his firearm,
And you will never
but he
see
came
why
out
they tell the
without a
Attorney
body.
General
Isn't that
why
right?
they don't want you to see their body camera footage. So unless you know the legalities of getting body camera footage, it's literally impossible for a citizen to get it. I'm going through this right now.
Even filing a FOIA really yields nothing, or they take forever.
It does. But
Really?
in Texas, body cams,
all of a sudden
the
everybody's
police have
been
this
following us
scam all
everywhere we go.
One,
Every
they say,
time
oh,
we
if
go,
it can be
there's a
used
reason
in a
why we
criminal
make
trial,
six
you
right
can't get it.
president and
Then they say, too,
over and over and
oh,
over
in this
again.
other law, if it can't be used in a criminal trial, we don't have to release it. those contradict. That
Your guy
basically
followed us
means,
to the restaurant that we ate down,
depending
sat
on how
right
they
across the
file
way and wrote down our
objection to
description.
getting it, and unless you contest it, you'll never get it.
What happened?
Unless you push.
Yeah, earlier this morning, whenever we came out here to do some filming, and then we had just got out of a meeting with the city manager and had a great conversation with the gentleman. And then we come out here filming, and then these guys send their goons to go over here at the Billy Bob's Burger to sit here, and there's a guy sitting across the way from us writing our descriptions down on this little piece of notebook that he has, right? And then we get up to leave, and then all of a sudden he gets up to leave, turn around, and starts writing our license plates down, and then all of a sudden there's 3 or 4 DPS following behind us. They've been following us all day. It's the intimidation bullshit that they always pull.
Right, because in her opinion now,
Kind of like how they engaged the biker gang to stop the journalist from the right after.
Yeah, for the media release.
For the
Yeah,
media releases.
yeah.
that's honestly where she needs to be.
And you know, a lot of these guys have been violating the Third Amendment, quartering soldiers in their houses.
I blame her because I know how police work. You guys, the first thing you guys.
What do you think of the security footage from inside of the school being leaked just 2 days ago, showing the police officers getting hand sanitizer while there was an active shooter?
Let me tell you something. The initial report of that was that there was contact that was made as soon as he entered the school. That there was 2 officers that supposedly made contact. That was a lie. That was a bald-faced lie, and we found that out when the footage was released, right? And then the other excuse is that, oh, we were waiting for a tactical shield. Within the first 5 minutes, they had a tactical shield available, 2 Armalite rifles, and other officers with backup, at least 4 that I could count with pistols, sidearms, that they could have utilized to push forward and push in that room. And what did they do? They stood by for another 60-plus minutes. At one point in time, I believe I saw 5 shields that they could have used to enter that building. You know, 8 children bled out because they decided to sit on their ass and do nothing, making phone calls, grabbing hand sanitizer. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
What do you think of the reports they were saying how police officers were going in and getting, or border patrol agents were going in and getting their own children from the school? Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about the one gentleman that went in there and got his own children. Now, there was on the footage that gentleman did go back in and did assist, but he didn't assist if he was continuing to sit there and do nothing about it. That's the problem. These guys are literally allowed to act so childish. It's the only profession in the United States where you can act like a child, act like a giant baby, and cry about officer safety, because that's more important than the children's lives in America and the people's lives in America. They're bullies.
So I've stopped reporting at this point.
I hope you gentlemen do better. I hope she does better.
We all deserve better than this.
We do. I can't believe she smacked this gentleman's phone out of his hand. She broke his freaking phone. She shattered his phone.
Yeah.
Y'all don't get too close to the officers. They're assaulting citizens this evening and breaking cell phones for taking pictures. Yeah, the female officer smacked this gentleman's phone out of his hand.
And broke the
phone
screen.
is shattered and his wrist is in pain. So don't get too close.
Are y'all from here?
No.
Oh.
We're out to, get footage. We were actually out here right after the incident. This is a follow-up video, actually.
Oh.
We were just passing through. We wanted to see if all, the fencing and everything was taken down, because we were still here when everything was blocked off and the media circus was still here. So just to pay our respects to the community too, we're always curious with these events. What happens after the circus clears out?
That's what we're. Because we live around the corner. Yeah, we just
Oh,
live right
okay.
here. So we all came to school here. It was glad to. We were glad to see everybody leave.
I bet.
But at the same time, it was sad because I felt like people were going to start forgetting what happened and these kids.
Well, that's part of why we're here. Because one of the things is, like I said, we want to always pay our respects to, you guys too, because there's a lot for you guys to go through as a community. Mm-hmm. And then this is going to cease to be. As soon as it's gone, it's going to leave people's minds real quick, which is already odd enough that they need to tear it down, just like other incidents in the past with school shootings. They always have to tear it down.
How do you feel about the decision to tear down the elementary school?
No.
And by the way, I don't have you on camera. It's kind of veered off. Just, I respect your privacy.
People are beautiful.
Just kind of mixed. I mean, we live here. This is the school we went to.
Right.
It's a school that we played at
Right.
after school. So it's kind of.
It's taking away a piece of your community, I would imagine. Y'all have a small, tight-knit community, it seems.
That's my sister too. We grew up in the neighborhood. She lives in McAllen, so she drove back in the whole way. She's just teary-eyed thinking.
I think that's all the way true.
Thinking about this, like, how did this happen in our neighborhood? You know?
Right. Absolutely.
And it just, our minds still can't fathom what happened.
Right.
You know, so, but we're kind of, are you kind of
between, yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard. My mom's 75 and she came to school here.
Oh, wow.
So that's how long the school's been here. I jog through here every single day
another thing,
at
she
11:30.
jogs every day at that time. And she's like, well,
And
what
I
have
had-
I done? And
Yeah,
she just
I
left
had
that
just
day.
left that Monday and Tuesday it happened, and I walk through here every single day.
Yes.
Every
Right.
day. Every day I jog through here every day.
Right.
But I
And
mean,
she
this
would
is
always
where I
hear the
grew up.
kids playing, and from the house, even though it's at the half a block, you can hear the kids, you know? So it's,
Y'all were here when this happened?
we live right around
Yeah,
the
we
corner.
live right around the corner. Yeah, we live in this
We're
neighborhood.
sorry about what happened.
Yeah, we're seriously.
Yeah, so this is,
I mean, it's-
everybody's feelings are mixed, you know, and with everything that's happened, I mean,
Well, you know, for us people that obviously we're not locals. We don't live here. Unfortunately, the only view we have is what the mainstream media
Yes.
pumps out, and it's a very skewed view. So, like I always tell people, I come to bear witness because it's never what the media says it is. And the fact that they're using events like this. So I was actually in Buffalo, that Top supermarket shooting. Me and this young lady, and we were on our way back to Texas when this happened. And I was out here a couple of days later, but even that incident, it's now being pumped as propaganda because they want to cancel the Second Amendment. That's disrespectful in and of itself that they're, you know, using this to fuel their agenda for that.
No, you're not that bothered. Just my hometown brother.
You know, especially because we grew up here.
I'm sure it's very surreal,
You know,
absolutely.
it's just so hard for us
I
to.
know you didn't.
and then we've never been brothers, like I'm 46, she's 55, we never had children, so it's like, I can't imagine, I mean, I feel like if my sister was in a classroom, I think I would have, like,
Your mind goes
ran
crazy.
towards the classroom regardless of what the, because you don't think of the consequences, but at the same time, I'm not a mom, I'm not a police officer.
But any loved one, any
Yes.
loved
And
one.
we know a lot of them, a lot of the cops here. I mean,
And our
we
cousin
grew
was
up with
one of the
them.
guys that ran from the funeral.
My husband was a border patrol for 12 years here.
He's like, you know what? I'm not worried about
so
him
it's
being
just
on.
kind of hard too to see,
I'm not either, dude, but she came over
especially
here.
with the video that just came
Been
out.
drinking,
You
dude. It's
know,
okay.
And did y'all have any vantage points as you live so close by of like
No, we're
parents
not.
or family, you
Yeah,
know,
he
trying
got
to get into
assaulted.
their children and them
And we
not being
came out here
allowed
do
to?
interviews with the
I didn't
people.
assault
Because again, that's that's the mainstream.
Yeah.
The police did.
That's why we have no beef with
I had
You got
just left
assaulted
that
by the
Monday,
police.
so.
Yeah, look
And
at
I
his
was
phone,
working
dude.
and my
Show him the
mom
phone,
was-
bud.
Yeah, they just smacked.
Seriously, they
So
broke
what
his
we're doing
phone.
here, just taking pictures, getting documentation.
Look, they did. They broke his phone, dude.
Hurt his wrist and broke his phone.
They slapped
You got
Doing
assaulted
this,
by
we're
the
just taking
police?
pictures.
Yeah. They slapped it out of his hand, dude.
Well, that's a different story.
That's why
Yeah.
that's what he was looking at his phone. Like they literally, that lady smacked him.
I'm
dude.
sorry? Oh, we all. Yeah, we all.
Well, that's
all
a
that
different
happened. Oh, no,
story.
we're allowed to.
Yeah, that's why we were
First
like,
Amendment.
That's a different story now because
This is
you
a
know
public
what?
area.
That was
You're allowed
her-
to
that was-
videotape
that guy
anywhere.
right there on
and
the
that
left is her
includes
leadership.
The police. She smacked her out of
Look,
his hand.
come on,
She
I'll
hurt
show
his
you.
wrist and
Come on,
he-
I'll show
Because
you.
that's a different story because you know what? My family got lost here too.
Yeah.
See?
Hey, man, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
I apologize.
I'm
bro.
sorry to hear that. But yeah,
Sorry for your
there's a
loss,
female trooper that's in that vehicle, and we were over there doing our interviews and stuff, and she came over here and she smacked his phone out of his hand and smacked right on the ground. You see his screen.
Really?
Yeah.
Do that, are they?
No.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
She violated my rights.
They're not allowed to assault you for exercising
Exactly. We got
exercising a
rights. Yes,
constitutionally
we got
protected right.
First they can't see children, now they're
They're over
insulting
here.
us.
They're over
Hey,
here. doing this
you
and
said
that.
it.
They
Young
don't
lady
want-
said
they don't
first
want-
they can't save
They don't
children,
want
now they're
anybody
assaulting
to, you know what's
citizens.
crazy? To say the truth. They don't want anybody to know what's
You know
really
what's
going
crazy?
on. And
One
when
of the
anybody try to
officers-
say anything to them, they get mad and it makes them upset and they do stuff like that, man.
You know what's crazy? It's funny that you
I like
said.
what you just said.
Why?
It's funny you say that because
I apologize. I
No,
apologize.
it's okay, and I
The guy
understand.
that,
I feel your pain.
But like
brother.
you said right now,
was
yeah,
there?
I'm drinking. Yeah,
He came
I'm-
to my house
Yeah, I'm
and
drinking.
arrested my uncle for a charge that he had already been arrested for.
What?
And then he arrested my dad the next day for tickets from 2014 that he's not allowed to serve for. And he's all high and mighty around this town. But he was the first one to run when the gunman shot at him.
Wow.
Yes.
Do y'all live in this area too?
Yes, our nephew was.
You know what? Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
We live on the other side of town,
We live on the other side, but our cousins.
But the town's not very big. We live here.
Our cousins live like right there.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I know the HEB is. So did y'all have any vantage point that, you know, that the story that, you know, parents were showing us?
I was working.
Sorry.
I don't know how to use those.
Those are scary to me.
Oh, you're gonna probably baby, be careful.
We've been
Our
around
cousin
arms.
lives
We've
here and
shot
they're out
arms.
at work.
And we
my
know
boyfriend lives around
responsibility
too.
of it. And the thing
His
is,
little
even if
cousin was in the school.
we know a bullet doesn't come out because it's jammed, we know that's the point where like we don't touch the gun. And the thing is, how this you're 18, you're not allowed to buy a beer, not allowed to buy cigarettes.
I'm not saying they just.
I'm not gonna lie. It's like I've met underage guys that drink, and I think it's not right because I've seen. We've had friends that had accidents because of that because they're not old enough.
Because of what?
You're 18. You're not allowed to buy beer. Why do you have an automatic weapon and come into the school?
But you are old enough to be a legal adult and go fight for your country and enlist in the military, correct?
Yes, but that and the thing is, I've heard guys say we're in the military. We don't have arms like that. We don't have weapons like that, customized weapons. So where our gun gets jammed, the rifle he had, if it jams, all he has to do is pull it back and start shooting again. The military says our gun jams. That's it. We don't have. There's nothing there. His gun, if he got wet, he can still shoot. They say our guns get wet, we can't shoot. It's not fair.
Okay, but the better question, ponder this. The better question will be: this is a young guy, right?
Yeah.
What, 19 years old?
18.
Working at Wendy's. How did he afford? You know,
Yeah, that's the thing.
But the point,
they had
very
said
young.
He just started like they said he started like a week ago or whatever.
This is $10,000 plus of
Ammunition and everything.
yeah.
How did he get that gun? And the better part is
that is the
we're not
most
trying to,
important
like,
question.
and this
to
is
ask.
we're not trying to be like towards the grandma or anything. But she shares a bank account. How did she not know he withdrew the money?
Well, exactly. That's the point.
And the thing is, the store doesn't have no proof that he bought the gun. Who bought the weapons?
Well, exactly. That's the point.
No.
So the point is the story doesn't make sense, and they're also using this event as well as other events and those shootings to push it. They want the Second Amendment canceled. Basically, they want our guns.
And the sad part about all of this, one of the little girls was his cousin.
Brainwash
And it's not fair, you know. It's like, the weapons he had, we don't have in the U.S.
Whatever.
What we don't have in the U.S. I mean, why does he have?
Trying to do whatever it was, but at the same time,
it's just not.
It's like they're just doing what they were trying to fucking do, as per se, what government tries to fucking tell them to fucking do, right?
Right.
So here's the thing, like I said, but in reality, bravery is, you know what? Fuck it, I gotta do what I gotta do. They did what they did. But I'll tell you one thing. In the end of it all is this.
And the next day he comes and arrests my father for tickets from 2014.
They were trained some fucking way or another.
He was the first one to go.
But if you're a fucking officer,
he was the first one to run.
The way I see it is this.
How you gonna drive around town high and
as a human,
on camera
or
your account?
how you say it, non-military or whatever, is this. If you fucking sign up to be an officer, hey,
He wouldn't run. He would have saved those lives.
do your fucking job.
I agree.
I
agree. They volunteered,
But
right?
at the same, yes,
sorry about him too.
they volunteered, yes.
It's hard for him. Okay.
But at the same time too, it's like, dude, it's like, at the same time, it's like, you still got, you still care for your life too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I know one thing though. If I could have been here, I would have done what I could.
I bet you would. You seem like you would have the courage to push forward.
Man.
And look, I'm sorry that you have to deal with all that.
No, you know what? I'm sorry. No, you know what? I'm sorry.
Man, I've been doing this for so long. They don't.
I apologize to y'all. I didn't come to disrespect.
All the paperwork, you do all the stuff you want.
You can sue them, and then you can win money out of it. But these officers never did this. Never. Never.
But
They're
see, that's the thing,
protected.
though.
Very
That's the
touchy.
thing.
You know,
Yeah.
obviously we know why
It's
they're
not
guarding
about
this,
fucking
but aren't
memorial.
they, like, again, from the mainstream narrative that they're under
It's not
fire
about a
for all the
memorial.
happenings of, you know, the story, the
Because,
contrived
here's the
story and
thing.
all that.
This little
So they're
town
clearly
here-
very touchy about this.
this
Because again,
little town
you
here,
were just
this is
right
not
there
the
where
only
anybody can
town.
stand. You weren't
Yeah.
going over the fence.
There's
You weren't
been other
penetrating
fucking-
even the
Exactly.
layer, even the outer fences.
There's
don't
been
break the
other
law.
fucking shit.
No, because when
you
we had just both signed
You
off,
know?
and y'all said hi, very polite, and the commotion's the only thing that made me go live again.
You know what I did when I went up there was I tested her. You know, I pushed her buttons on purpose. But at the same time,
Did she get out of the cab when you walked up?
yeah, she got out.
Oh, okay.
You know what, man?
And but I didn't break
Like
the
I
law.
said,
Right.
You know, of course she
this
didn't
is
like
my hometown.
my questions. She didn't like
I
me
went to
filming
school
her.
here.
Well, how
But
dare you
she's
film
a
from a public
law
sidewalk?
How dare you ask questions?
Yeah, she's
How
a
dare you
law
exercise your
enforcement
First
officer.
Amendment, sir?
I didn't break the law. She
that's
got out
so-
and she
yeah.
demanded my ID and then she slapped my phone out of my hand.
Just like that.
Yeah.
See, when I was...
You guys want to see the video? Let me show you the
Yeah,
video.
absolutely. So, actually, when y'all were walking up, I had just signed off. When I was in front right over there, that's when that second cab had driven up right here.
I'll show you guys the video. Because I remember I walked right up to you guys and I was like, are these people acting suspicious? We got to call about, you know, because I was asking the same kind of questions they would ask, you know, and then that's kind of what I do. And then I went up and, you know, she might not like the things I was saying,
She
but
doesn't have to like it.
I wasn't breaking the law. And it was a test and she failed it. Okay, I got to turn this Bluetooth off or you won't be able to hear it. Hold
Got
on.
it.
This day and age, it seems like if you don't like what the person's
All right, hold
saying, you can.
That's right.
Yeah, this
You
day
can
and age,
assault
right?
them.
All right, let me
You
turn
know,
this
because
off.
your feelings...
Oh, I just saw
Yeah.
her.
Your rights end when my feelings start.
That's where the video starts. I said, "How you lovely ladies doing?" I was talking to you.
Okay, you had that on
and
camera, okay.
Yeah, look.
I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what.
Let me turn it.
It was not auto rotate. Okay, there we go.
You heard me?
You know, this here was crazy.
Loud and clear.
Yes, we're just taking some video.
You know,
Yes.
they think the
These
only
cop
place
cars
that
look
happened
suspicious
that.
over here, don't they? Yeah, I'm gonna go investigate.
I went to investigate.
You know, yeah, I know.
Sorry.
We got some phone calls about some suspicious activity.
You know what I mean? Seriously? Yeah, I know.
It's just a script reversal. That's all I did to them. I asked them the questions they ask us, and they don't like that when you ask the same questions they ask.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
So, here we go.
Is this your dad?
How are you guys doing?
See, I'm being polite.
We got a call that you guys were acting suspicious over here.
It's not live or nothing.
So we're over here to check it out.
And I just, you know.
Sir, just keep your hands where I can see them, sir.
I'm building documents. Where are you from? I'm from Central Texas, Fort Hood.
I don't answer questions. You got some ID, man?
I
Can I
served
see
3
some?
tours in the Army.
ID.
I went to Iraq. And I faced true evil in
You
the
got
world.
some ID for me? Because I got a call that you guys were acting suspicious over here. This is a high crime area. There's a lot of drugs being sold around here. And there's a lot of reports in the news about police officers planting drugs on people. So we're just over here investigating.
Even if it costs
Yeah, go ahead and step out of the car. That'd be a great idea.
Hands on the hood.
Yeah.
Are you guys peddling
It took
any
them a
drugs?
fucking
Or
hour.
what's
I know.
going on?
I watched it. It took them a fucking hour. Come on. I know. I watched it. No, Artie, what you gonna watch?
Okay, we're out here for a reason.
I've heard that stuff.
You're not allowed to talk to us. We're just investigating, ma'am. Ma'am, stop resisting, ma'am.
See your vet?
Stop obstructing my investigation. What's your name and badge number?
I'll tell you what.
You got a name and badge number?
You're
Ma'am,
vet.
don't touch me, ma'am.
No shit.
Ma'am, don't touch me. You got out of your car and now you're
I
touching
can
me.
say thank you when you
Wow.
find
Oh my goodness. That was pretty blatant.
Thank
That was,
you.
Did you get that on film? What's your name
and that's what got my attention, was that
Yeah.
question there. Wow.
And then when I picked my phone up, I didn't realize I had it backwards, so I was recording my face. See, I'm holding the phone backwards now.
I can't believe you just assaulted me.
Now I realize I turned it around.
No,
You just slapped my phone out of my hand. Can I get you call your supervisor?
Yeah, she's backpedaling.
Call your
She's backpedaling.
supervisor. How dare you slap my
Well, I'll
phone
tell
out
you
of my
what,
hand?
man.
You should have stayed in your car. Actually, call the city. You just assaulted me.
And this is where you guys walk up.
Right. Well, like I said, the commotion's what got my
Yeah.
attention. I went live again. I'm like, oh, just in case y'all need an alternative
My
view.
name is George.
Yeah, Harvey Freebird on
Paul.
YouTube. I have videos like that all day on there. That's what I do.
Well, like I said,
I test the police and
one
they
of
always
one of
fail.
our
Extra tight
other
tonight.
friends with the channel,
All
he's
the
doing
time.
that 2A
Every time.
demonstration.
All the
Yeah.
time.
He walks around with his AR, so like I said, we're going to
Because
be
you
in
never
front of
know
Capitol
if
building
you
in
don't wake
Austin.
up, you know.
I know.
July
I know,
30th.
man.
Saturday, July
Well,
30th at noon.
George,
Where do y'all live?
it's good to meet you.
I live in Fort Worth.
Okay, I'm
Yes,
up
sir.
by Waco.
George, God bless
used to
you.
live in Austin. I moved from
God
New York.
bless
I used
you.
to live in Austin.
God bless you.
Yeah.
Retard land. Couldn't
No
take it.
disrespect,
So I
brother.
I know,
moved.
brother, and I didn't take none.
So we do okay. We do monthly meetups and that's what we're doing.
They pulled more units in. Have they pulled more units in?
2 more? 1 more.
I figured maybe they pulled one
Oh,
more in.
1,
Yeah.
2. There's 2.
Two
There's
more?
2 more. Yeah, one behind and then the
Trying to get
light
this guy
coming this way.
home so they don't try to fuck with him on the way home.
Yeah.
They're gonna be following us. They've been following us all day. They're gonna go back to our. They're gonna follow us all the way back. I guarantee you. Yeah, they've been following us all day. Yeah, troopers
Yeah,
been
that
following.
don't help,
They've
does
been
it?
following us all day.
There you go.
Troopers
All right,
been
you
following us
ready?
all freaking day.
My
I'll find your channel and I'll put the links in the descriptions and stuff.
Perfect. And yeah, we'll connect that way.
Awesome. Awesome.
Angel
Oh,
is
okay,
awake
hold on.
at gmail.com.